Well, tomorrow Manchester United plays Chelsea. I'll tell you the truth. I don't care. I do not give a crap about that game. Normally I say
We will be there. We will be there.
Nah, fam, we won't be there. It's one of those things where I feel like we're just going to get slaughtered. We're going to the Stamford Bridge slaughterhouse to embarrass ourselves. I'll tell you why. Let's preview this game. Football Power Hour! Shout out to Young Papi being the first to like the video. Big up to Young Papi. Are you going to be the second? Third, kindly hit the like button. Shout out to you. It's a meaningless game, Kenny. Meaningless preview as well. Exactly. I was this close to not doing it, but I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it because I would choose anybody that wants to play sign-up sheet type settings, where like, matter of fact, if I was Sir Jim, I'd say we don't have enough fuel. We don't have enough gas, or we don't have enough petrol. The coach, the driver, we couldn't afford to pay the driver this week. So we told him, stay at home, fam. I literally would find a way to try and get myself out of this game, but I get it. It's the part of the contract you make at the beginning of the league. You gotta finish all the games. So this is the most meaningless of games honestly. Give me a moment. I have to pick up this call. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Yeah, there's a call I cannot postpone. Just give me a moment. BRB. Football Power Hour. Just winning it again for Manchester United. All right, we back. Okay, so I was gonna say this is the most meaningless of things. But what's crazy is that Ruben Amorim has been alluding that he's actually gonna pick a very, very strong lineup. So he says actually the reason why he makes me feel like he will choose the team that he's gonna try and play in the final is because of these words that he said. He said the best thing to prepare the final is to play the game. The players have to understand that if you play or don't play against Chelsea, it means nothing to the final. That is important. But he also said, we will have a lot of time to recover. We cannot spend 8 days, 9 days without a game. That is a bad thing for the final. So I think they will be prepared for the game. When you think about it, 8 days without playing kind of actually puts you a little bit out of form. So in my opinion, I think he will probably choose the strongest lineup he can. Maybe with a little bit of considerations for some people, maybe that would benefit from minutes and they're already fit. I'm looking at the likes of Luke Shaw. Definitely conjunctivitis has to be in goal because we can't let him stay for so long without playing. So because I think Bayern played the last game. So Onana has to play, Maguire has to play, Mazraoui has to play, Luke Shaw, as I was saying, he'll probably play. So that's the 3-back line already there. And the wing backs, if at all he's gonna try Ahmad in the final, I think you got to start Ahmad. You have to start Ahmad. I'm gonna ask Young Papi his opinion on this. By the way, big up Young Papi. Bless up Young Papi. You there? Either way, even if he's there or not, we know Ahmad is gonna be there in the fight in the final. Like I feel like you have to start Ahmad in the final. There's some people that say, nah, you gotta also have an impact sub to bring in to influence the game. But I honestly feel like you gotta start strong. You basically can give Spurs a chance to breathe. You gotta start strong. Give them the best 45 to 60 minutes, and then you spend the rest of your time like trying to manage the game. That's the approach that I would take in the final. So this for me is a perfect dress rehearsal for the final. So shout out to you, Vibe with Lenny in the building saying, nah, 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 nah. There was actually a work call, so that's why today's was gonna be short.
Sorry.
Meaningless preview, as I said. Probably that's why Young Papi is not talking. Ahmad definitely has to start at wing back with Jorgu on the left. So okay, Lenny and we agree on that one. Matter of fact, I wanna see if I can share this quick little formation builder because I think it's important to start the game strong. So Chelsea, you pretty much use it as a dress rehearsal. Here we're gonna have conjunctivitis. Oh no, let's put some respect on his name. Let's put some respect on Ronana. And I said we're gonna have Lord Himothy here. Mazraoui, you gotta put Maz in there. And in here, I think it's Shorbeto. And
yeah, I kind of agree with the Shaw one as well. Not saying that I wouldn't.
Makes sense to have Ahmad here. In here you put Ugats and Cass. Yeah. Casemiro there, Ugarte there. This team pretty much writes itself, It's like you're gonna have Bruno and Garnacho. The reason why I put Bruno on the right is because I like the combination play between Bruno and Ahmad. I feel like this is if you're trying to build a little pattern or a little sequence, you probably need to go with Bruno and Ahmad on the right hand side, and of course up front by default it's Rasmus Højlund. That is pretty much how the lineup for Chelsea, because we actually just did a switch up at the beginning of the show. I was thinking play the kids, don't even it's not a important game, but after reading what he just said, I think you kind of need to treat this as you execute the gameplay that you're planning to do in the final. Shout out to Riri in the building, by the way. Hey, everybody in transit out here.
What's good?
Chilling. Young Papi in the building. Sorry, Young Papi, you were talking and I had muted myself here earlier, so my fault. But yeah. Is Euro definitely injured for the final? Lenny is asking.
Personally, I haven't heard nothing new on
that. They're keeping a very tight lid on that one. They haven't, even in the press if that presser that he did that you covered yesterday, he didn't, and nobody really, believe it or not, nobody really asked that question, which was even strange, right?
That is really, really strange. That is really, really strange. Shout out, Patty.
I'm sorry.
Yo, Bob, are you also driving? It seems like this is a drive-along preview,
Nah, I've just come back from a long drive, so I'm indoors now.
All right. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, I there's been a tight lip on Lenny Euro, so that's why I feel like somebody like Luke Shaw should play 90 minutes in this game.
What for Chelsea? I'm on my phone, so I can't really see what. Okay, I'm zooming in. Let me see.
Give Luke Shaw a couple of donuts, yeah, some Haribos, and he's good to go for 90 minutes.
Bro, I think they should just like, you know how you put like the carrot on the stick, bro? I think they should just put a donut on a stick and tie it around man's neck.
Never heard
And,
of
that, and he is gonna run for 90 minutes, bro.
the donut and the steak method.
As long as there's no vegetables about, because that's obviously kryptonite to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like this is, I feel like as I was just saying that like this, you gotta treat this Chelsea game as the dress rehearsal for the final. You gotta start a strong team. You gotta try what you're gonna.
I'm taking Casemiro out of that team, by the way.
Ooh, who you?
Bro, no, I agree with Pat. I mean, even if you bring him on, I would just bring on Cass like the last 20 minutes just to get some stuff, like some movement in his legs. But yeah, I would Cass needs to play the final, bro. So I would definitely not start him.
Do we know exactly who's available in terms of this game tomorrow?
Yeah,
because I don't watch any of the presses. I wait until the notes come out because I ain't watched the presser of Ruben and other than his first one when he first joined United, and that was it.
Yeah, I can tell you that like our injury list, as we know, De Ligt, Xerxes, Lisandro Martinez, Toby Collier, Dalot.
Wait, they're saying that Collier was back.
Nah, he's not.
No, Collier hasn't been back. He hasn't been back.
Yeah, Collier is funny because he's just been like.
They said Dalot was back in training as well.
Dalot actually is probably gonna be available, but you know he'll probably.
I think he's gonna bring Dalot on like at the ending of the game tomorrow.
Maybe like a 10-minute or something.
Hopefully, you know.
The only thing I can say,
with that Casemiro thing, what Pav is saying, I agree with Pav. I don't think Cass should start that game. I think he should
end
come
the game
on
with like 15 minutes or so.
Like 15, 20 minutes. Come on. I would put he probably put Cobby in the middle.
Yeah. That's precisely like what I think it'll be. Yeah.
I think he's gonna put Cobby in the middle and probably Bruno and Garnacho up top in the 10s.
Yeah. And then Højlund by default.
Or you never know. Maybe he plays a false 9 tomorrow and put Mount up there and put Bruno in the false 9.
Mount surely needs some minutes. Yeah. Ooh. You know what? I wouldn't be mad at that. Just look at that. Yeah, Mount in yeah, I think that would actually give us a little like it'll be more beneficial for him and the other players to just get on.
Because I know Joe's in the chat saying who cares about this game, but I think Amorim is a very proud man, and I still think he's not too happy the fact that we're losing, and I still think he would want to win the last 2 games of our season in the Prem.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna back off from that. But he is gonna do he's gonna have to do some really good man management to have like his most strongest team for next Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I also don't think he's gonna like not try to play a good team against Chelsea.
Yeah. Lenny has a very interesting point here that Kobe in the 8 hurts my chest. Would you rather see Maino up and then Bruno dropping deeper? Is that like
that could work? That could work too.
Because he actually struggles. It's not something that's talked about a lot but in this Ruben Amorim system, like it's not you never see Maino shining. Last time Maino shined really was under Erik ten Hag, and I'm not I'm not trying to.
He seems to be more of an impact sub than anything at the moment, Cobby, but
yeah.
Again, I think he's one player that Amorim's got time to develop if he stays on anyway.
Yeah.
But next season, Kobe has to like, we have to see different things. Like I said,
Yeah,
it depends if
I
this manager's still here in the summer because I still believe it's 50-50 either way. But
I think that
Um,
injury also threw Kobe off because Kobe had started to have really good link up play with Garnacho and Ahmad, and then they got injured. They stopped playing together, and then now if you look back at that West Ham game, the link up that they had, like back early in the season, where Kobe would know, Ahmad would pass a ball and Kobe would know that he's passing it. That it was a bit off in that West Ham game if you watch back. Like there was a couple of link ups between Kobe and Ahmad, and it didn't go off as smoothly as it did earlier in the season. So I think that balance has been thrown off also with the injuries to the two of them in that team.
Yeah, but when you really look at Mano's, like I like that you're mentioning like his pattern combination play, but in the middle, a lot of like what looks like Ruben Amorim's like requirements is like you sometimes have to hang on to the ball or drive a little bit. It's not always one touch. You're not going to get as many passing like lanes. I don't know. It's weird because I've seen Mano try to look for one touch passes and release the ball too quickly, or or like pass it and then move into space and not get it because the passing lane is not quite clear. So I'm really looking at this with a curious eye to see how Mano is going to try and like insert himself in this. Maybe, but like what I remember Ruben Amorim saying was that like, after a press conference, he said Mano was the freest he's ever been when the one time he played him in the 10. I can't remember what game.
But that was before he got injured. That's what I'm saying. He had started to really cook in that 10 position, and then he went and got injured.
Yeah.
And
the thing for me is, he's too slow to be a 10. The guy's got no pace in it. Like with the 10s, you have to be able to make runs and run at your opposition defense as well. And I don't think he can do that. I don't know. He is like, if he is the 10, he's just there in the box, isn't it? Like to pounce on something. Like, obviously, we saw that goal against Leon.
Right. So you would have to get a winger to like be able
play
to
off of him, basically.
play off of him. So that's what Amorim would have to, because speed, you're either born with speed or you can't develop speed. Speed is not something you develop over the course of your
like acceleration a little bit. You can do a little bit less like muscle mass like building and
of course, but you still, you're not gonna go but you're still not gonna like be Usain Bolt. Like you can't
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's gonna have to find somebody that, like, to Young Poppy's point, to play off of him. Like, that.
So basically, like, with this formation, how it is right here with Manu, basically he's got to look to play 1-2s with Ahmad.
Yes.
Then Ahmad.
Right. So that's what I was saying.
Because then Ahmad can then slip it back to him. He has an open shot because the players are going over to Ahmad and left him. But it's got to be quick play, not that slow thinking about it. Am I really gonna do this?
Yeah.
You know the Manchester United way of playing.
Am I really gonna make the pass? Look at the player.
You know what? Let me run about 5 yards towards the player that I want to pass to before I pass it. The ball's not gonna do that extra 5 yards for me. I have to do it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I hate that type of football. It's such a dead football player that, because you're told to pass.
But that's where the trust
to move.
That's where the trust. There's a trust in that. That's where that is. That is that trust, and I don't feel like this team. A lot of players on this team, I don't think they trust their teammates.
Yeah.
Based on the downward spiral that we've been in as a team, the trust is not completely there.
I saw that when the Casemiro out and started passing it to Maguire.
Right. So you see that game against Leon, Casemiro was like, "Listen, I'm gonna put it there. Y'all got to do something with it." It wasn't even about trust or anything. He was just like, "I'm putting it there. Go get it and do something with it."
Yeah.
That was
Basically,
basically what he did. Like he legit did that. He just like I'm putting it. He's like he saw Harry. He was like, I'm putting it on your head. It's for you to do something with it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But when
To be
it
fair,
comes
Harry's
to
really
like
good
the
when it comes to positioning. Like in situations like that, Harry's pretty good. If it is the
no,
midfield that we have
definitely,
issues with, like
Yeah.
But again, with the link up play, I think it's the trust that's the problem. Like
100%.
and then if they try it 1 or 2 times on the field and it doesn't work out, they stop doing it. Like they won't go back to it.
Yeah.
And I saw that with the West Ham game. Like I was saying, I was watching Kobe and Ahmad together, and twice they tried to like the link up and the touch passes between each other, and it broke down, and then they just stopped doing it or stopped trying it.
Yeah. Well, but hopefully that this trust issues that the team has, like this is the opportunity. The game versus Chelsea is an opportunity to try and be like, this is how.
I think we could beat Chelsea.
Oh yeah, let's
think so
transition
too,
into the I want to do score predictions because this is not gonna be a long show. So let's talk about how you think we can beat Chelsea and give us a scoreline prediction. Riri, big up, doctor, by the way.
Hello.
I think we can put 2 past Chelsea.
Okay. Wow. All right. Who? How? 2 set pieces. Who's scoring those 2? Please tell us.
I mean, it could be 2. It could be 2 set pieces, or it could be Bruno.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So 2-0 is your score prediction.
No, I said 2-1. I said 2-1. I said we could put 2, but you didn't let me finish. You was like,
all
who's
right.
scoring?
All right. Speak. You're talking.
Bro, we got Onana in goal, bro. We got Onana
We're
in
never
goal.
gonna have a clean sheet.
I don't know about a clean sheet, bro. Like I don't know about that.
Okay.
I think if I put my washing machine in goal, we'll probably get a clean sheet. But Onana, no.
Not the washing machine.
That's actually a really good line right there. That's a bar if you really look at it. Sheets go into the washer, cleaning. Hey, look.
Whoa.
Riri. Stop it.
Riri cooked.
Riri cooked with that
Don
one.
DeMarco.
Big
Damn. You know what? I'm taking my sheets off the bed today, but I'm washing them, but
all right.
it's been about a week.
So 2-1. And you said, can you tell us? He said Bruno and
Yeah. I think Bruno and maybe a set piece, or maybe somebody gets a little bit of individual, brilliance.
All right. We will be there for that.
Maybe a Ahmad, or
Okay. We'll see. Stamford Bridge, Pav, what do you think? What do you think is the scoreline going to be?
Most of our games have always ended in draw, so I'm going to say 1-1.
Score. Who'll score for us? Pav,
Say that again, bots.
Who's the goal scorer in the 1-1? Who's scoring our goal? Your prediction.
I'll be honest, I don't know, because at this point I really don't care who scores, so I don't know. I just think it's going to be 1-1.
It'll be a deflection.
It could be an own goal, it could be a Sanchez fuck up, it could be a Onana fuck up, innit? There's your 1-1.
All right.
Oh,
Young Papi, what's your score prediction, sir?
I feel like it's gonna be a draw, to be honest.
Guys, Chelsea have something to play for. I gotta remind you guys. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Chelsea do have something to play for.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna go out there and win. Like they have a rare.
Yeah, they had something to play for last game, and Nicholas Jackson got himself sent off.
You feel me? Like that doesn't make a difference, sir. But you know what? Fuck
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna go 3-1 United. Who's gonna get the goals? Who else but Bruno and Ahmad? 2 for Bruno, 1 for Ahmad. Fuck
Hey,
it. That's
hey,
gonna be my prediction. Just
hey.
to put it out there. Yeah.
All right. Big up for
Not
Pete.
gonna happen, but
For Pete went with 3-2 Chelsea. Kenny went with 3-1 Chelsea. Court Style, what is your prediction?
Well, prediction for the game
Yeah. How
is
will go down? Who scored?
I don't see us winning, if I'm being honest, but I don't want to predict a loss. So I'm gonna predict a draw. I think he's gonna rotate quite heavily. I think his plan was to play a stronger team against West Ham, and then
Yeah.
a weakened team against
Chelsea.
And then I think the likes of Cheedo's most likely gonna play. I think I'm hoping if Cheedo plays, he can get a goal because that would be good for him to get his first professional goal. But yeah, I'm going maybe a 1-1, 2-2. Because
Join the breadstick gang, bro. Breadstick each for each team, bro.
When's Chelsea? When's the Conference League final? Is that the following
28.
week?
Yeah, it's 28.
Oh, so it's the following week. Oh, got you.
Why did we have to play R1 first?
I know, because Champions League is on the 31st of May. I don't even know why. They should have been playing next week, then we play the week after, and then Champions League. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That is strange. We'll be there, of course. By the way, like you have us like way down. You looking down on us, sir.
Big man. All right, I'll hold out like this. Yeah, come on. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah. Listen, I'm tired. I'm at work. My arms are here because I'm tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big up, broski. All right.
And another thing is, UEFA obviously wants Tottenham and United guaranteed to play each other in that final. Why didn't they just fucking move the thing to fucking England anyway? To a bigger stadium where they would have made more money. Like, what was the point going to Bilbao?
I think compensation, because I think if you remember, like when we played Chelsea in 2008, there was like fans going, work out, because Moscow was a bit of a pain to get to. There was fans saying the same thing. But I think UEFA would have to compensate the city that was supposed to host the final but didn't. And then also
compensate them. It's not like it's a big city.
But there's also the fans who have already purchased flights and all that. It just becomes a bit tricky. I would say I fully get it, but it's one of those slightly frustrating ones as United fans having to, and the travel companies are criminals, because I saw like making flights that usually are £200, $2.5, $3,000 is a ridiculous thing to do.
I know a few people are flying to other cities and taking the bus into Bilbao or something like that for the day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Because when I checked before Manchester, like when it was the quarterfinals, the tickets, Bilbao is cheap. It's like what, 50 quid? It's not even up to £50.
Do you not remember when all them idiots from all the Arsenal fans had to travel to Baku? all that time traveling to Baku and the expenses.
Yeah, Doctor, how was it traveling?
No, and I don't know.
Okay.
All right, Doctor, tell us your score prediction, by the way.
Actually, I kind of just to summarize quickly, 3 minutes. I really don't. I know the squad you guys made up did.
Yeah. 3-minute summary. Is this a whole soliloquy? What's going on?
What, Doctor?
I just came on.
Half an hour show one day. Please let this be that one. All right.
You guys are interrupting me.
Go ahead. Talk.
So, now my brain is gone.
Oh Lord.
Why would you interrupt me? So the squad you guys made up, quickly. It makes sense, but it's not gonna happen. Bayern is gonna be in goal. It's gonna be like kind of like a West Hamish kind of squad. I'm hoping for a United win, 3-1 or 3-2 or something, a high scoring. You remember last year at Stamford Bridge, it was 4-3 Chelsea, Cole Palmer with the 2 goals, but I really feel like United will win that.
Did you say you're hoping of a repeat of last year where we lost?
No, I'm saying I hope that United win it instead of Chelsea.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, Bayern was in goal for the last game, right?
Yeah.
So, wouldn't it be better for us if we put Onana in goal for this Chelsea game? Get any sort of what's the word? Bad vibes out of him, like any mistakes out of him in this game, ready for Wednesday.
I mean, yeah, it would, but I mean,
There we go. He's in goal. He's going to be in goal.
Is Onana gonna get any of his 8 GA against Chelsea?
I don't know. Trust me. Can I finish my point?
Finish your point and then
My goal scorers.
Yeah,
I agree with Quartz. I really want Chido to like have his first goal. I mean, he has been working on it. And side note, I don't think Amorim wants to really risk players or like risk players for injury, especially with the fact that Euro is out, De Ligt is out, Dalot is very out. So I don't think he's gonna play some players, or even if he does, he'll probably play them for 45 or bring them on as a sub. So yeah, United win 3-2.
United win.
Chido, Bruno, Ahmad with the goals.
Yeah, it was going so well until she said Cheetah's going to score.
Also, Doctor, did you eat a lot this morning? Like
Well, you calling her fat bots?
Yeah,
no,
he is.
No. The way he was, it felt like
I'm trying not to burp.
Yeah, about a burp. Exactly. I'm
trying not to.
Okay.
Because I had a salad. Okay, so.
Okay. Thank you for that.
What did you just say? Why are you eating so much to Doctor?
Yeah, he did.
That's mad.
Especially when he knows I'm struggling.
That's a light will, you know.
It's a heavy will.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What is he saying?
2-0 Chelsea. That's my prediction.